If you've been creating extra fields, buttons, or even whole tables just to store links in Access, you're working way harder than you need to. Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about how to stop creating extra fields just for links and turn one simple notes field into a clickable launch pad for websites, email addresses, and even local files and folders in Microsoft Access. Today's question comes from Trevor in Louisville, Kentucky, one of my Platinum members. Trevor says, I use a big notes field in my Access database to keep info on customers, vendors, and other contacts, and I often want to add links in there to things like product pages, resumes, or files on my computer. Is there a simple way to add and click these links directly from the notes field without relying on the special hyperlink field or creating extra fields and buttons for each link? Yes, this can be tricky, but there's a really cool trick. I use it all the time myself, I'll be honest. Let's talk about what this is and how to do it. First off, I've covered the hyperlink field type in Microsoft Access. It looks like this, right? You can put email addresses or websites in here. I don't like them. I don't recommend that you use them. They're okay, but there's much better ways to do it. So watch this video for information on that. Essentially, what I recommend you do is to use plain text, and then we use the follow hyperlink command. It requires one line of VBA code. That's it. It's real simple to do, but it's so much better than storing data in the hyperlink data types inside of Access. So watch this video if you want to learn how to do that. But this does require you to create a field for each of those links that you want to have, like an email link, a website link, a resume, fields for each of these in your table. Well, what if you just want to store any number of random links in a big notes field and then be able to click on them whenever you want? Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. I do this all the time myself, for example, with notes. I keep all kinds of notes on different classes and things I want to, articles I want to read, and I just throw them in a notes field with a link, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And yes, you can do email links, you can do website links, and you can do file and folder links too. Now, in order to do this, you're going to use a text box in your Microsoft Access database, and we're going to turn it into a rich text box. So it's not plain text, it's rich text. So if you don't know what that is, go watch this video. Now, these are all free videos. They're on my website. They're on my YouTube channel. Go watch those and come on back. You don't have to watch the follow hyperlink one if you're not interested in that, but definitely watch hyperlinks and this one, rich text. All right, so here I am in my Tech Help free template. This is a free database you can grab off my website if you want to. And in here, I got a customer form and I got a big notes field. And let's say I want to put a whole bunch of stuff in here. Now, the first thing we have to do to make clickable links is we have to turn this into rich text. You have to do it at the table level and in the form if you've already got a notes field that you want to use. So let's go into our customer table, find the notes field, and down here where it says text format, change that to rich text. It's going to say your data is going to be reformatted. Okay. All right. Now, so this is now going to save as rich text, which means it's going to basically store some hyperlinks, some HTML codes in the background. It's not full HTML. It's like a little subset of HTML that works just with Access. You can do colors and fonts and stuff like that. Okay, now in here, we have to also change this guy. I am going to get rid of some of this because we don't need all this for today's class. So let's get rid of that. We'll get rid of this stuff. Let's make this nice and big so we got some room to work here. Beautiful. Okay, and now we have to open up this guy's properties and change this text format to rich text. Okay, got all that. We're done. All right, let's close it. Open it. Looks good. Just come in here and test it. You should be able to do some color changes like this and some bold and some, like this. Now, why they don't have a hyperlink button on this menu, I don't know. But, okay, so we've got rich text in here. Now, the first and easiest thing you can do is web page links. Okay, so type in, for example, you can copy and paste them from your browser if you want, or just type them in, http://599cd.com. You can see right there that it created a hyperlink. Guess what? If I move over it now and I click on it, you get this guy's handsome face loading up in your web browser. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's an easy one. You can also do mail links. right? To email someone, you just got to start it off with mail to colon and then their email address. So mail to colon amacron@gmail.com, right? And then we click on that. And there we go. In my case, I have Gmail set up and I've got my web browser set to launch for email links. If you're using Outlook or whatever else, it should load your default mail program. So I'll close that. Okay, those are the easy ones. All right. And you could grab any link you want and just copy and paste it in here. All right. If I go to my browser and I paste in that link, right, we'll click on that. See, if you hover over it just right, you get the little finger. Sometimes you get the finger, sometimes you don't. But don't let that distract you. There, click on that. See, it comes in my captain's log page. Okay, so anyway, so that's how to do basic links and mail links. Now, what about files? All right, well, what if I've got a file and it's on my hard drive as c:\temp\file.text. All right, if I type that in, it doesn't create a link on its own, but watch this. Come right out in front. Once you've got that in there, now type in file:, and look at that. It turns that whole thing into a hyperlink. And wait, I just got the finger. I just saw the finger. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you can't. Let's see. Now, if you click on that, oh, there's the finger. Sometimes you got to click on it once, and then you can click on it a second time. It's weird. Now, you may see this pop up from time to time. No, you can't turn it off. All you got to do is say yes, though. And there it is. It opened up off to the right, but there it is. There's my little file. Now, you can also type in, see, sometimes you got to click on it carefully. See, to get in there and edit it, yeah. Now you got to have to click after it and just use your arrow keys and then come back. You can also type in file://. That's to keep it a little more in line with how web browsers work, but it's the same thing. It works the same way. Click and say yes. And if it's on a network drive, that should also work. I've got the same thing on my N drive, my n://file.text, right? And then come around in front of it, file:. Okay, and now I should be able to click on it. And see, now that's weird that on the C drive, I'm getting the security warning, but on my N drive, which is a network attached drive, I'm not. I can't explain it. I don't know why. Windows and an Office are really weird with their security rules. And if you're curious, no, it has nothing to do with the fact that it's not a trusted location. Because watch, my database folder is definitely trusted, right? I can put c:/database, which I know is 100% for sure, in my trusted folders location, file.text, right? And then put the file in front of it. And I can open that, and I still get the security warning, even though I know it's the same file copied into different locations. It works fine on N. It's weird. I Googled it to try to figure out why it does this. The best I could come up with is that it's definitely a Windows security issue. It has nothing to do with access. And when a file is open through a link inside another program like Access here, Windows applies different security rules than if you double click on it for, say, like in your file explorer. And for some reason, local files are created, they're treated more cautiously than files on network shares, even though you created the file yourself. So if any of you can explain this to me, that would be great. I'm all ears. But I just know that I've tried for hours to disable that security warning, and you can't do it. So if you're happy living with it, great. If not, just get a network attached drive like I have and put it on your NAS drive, and you won't have to deal with that security warning anymore. Okay? Another issue is that when you're typing it out, if you start off by typing in file:/ and then put in c:/database /file.text, that works fine, right? But if you got spaces in your name and you start like that, file:/ c:/ my drive, see how it breaks it? Okay. So again, the key here is to just put in the whole thing first, like c:/ my drive /file.text, and then put the file:/ on the front of it, and it'll get the whole thing. There's some little quirks here and there. Also, don't put quotes around it. Sometimes it'll break it if you put quotes around the file. Let's see. Well, that obviously broke it because I didn't have that there first. Let's try this. Well, this is a file we know works well, right? If you put quotes around it, like sometimes you'll see that in programs like the shell out sometimes. If I now do file:/, okay, it looks like it's a good link, but it's not. So don't put quotes around it in here. Okay. All right, now practically, what do you use this for? I keep all kinds of notes. I have a whole note-taking database that I built. Of course I have, right? I do everything on Microsoft Access. And I'll still use individual fields like email or website if I want to have a specific, an email address for my contact, then I can just click on it. That's properly normalized and all that stuff. This is just like for whatever notes, but I sometimes have in my whatever notes things I want to check out, right? Like I mentioned before, you might have vendor product pages, have links to individual products that you want to check out, or like your customer and employee documents or resumes or performance reviews. You could put a link in here that goes to an employee folder. Different scanned documents, internal tools, links to specific things like you're researching an article. You could put, the paragraphs of text in here followed by an article where you found it for your sources. You can keep all kinds of stuff in here. I use links in my rich text fields all the time. It's basically, it's a launch pad. It's a memory aid. It's a place to park things you don't necessarily want to model in your tables directly. It's basically another tool for your toolbox. So the big takeaway here is that you don't need a special hyperlink field, extra buttons, or a bunch of separate columns just to store extra links. By using rich text note fields, you can drop in website links, email links, and even file and folder paths, and click them directly when you need them. And yes, you can use folders too, where I did file links. I didn't cover that in the video, but just put a folder there with a trailing backslash and it works. It'll open up File Explorer. It's a simple trick, but this can clean up your design and make your database a whole lot more flexible and easier to use. If you found this tip helpful, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you are using rich text links in your databases and what you'd like to see covered in a future Tech Help video. But that's going to be your Tech Help video for today, brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that Show More link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut Tech Help videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get one free beginner class each month, and yes, those are for my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my Tech Help videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And gold members get one free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject, and you get one free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.